AITJ for wanting my FMIL to apologize first. TLDR, FMIL throws a fit and storms out of wedding planning appointment after we turned down her ideas. Bride and venue owner in tears. But did we push her to it? Should I be the bigger person? This is gonna be a long one, so bear with me. For background, my fiancé, 27M, and I, 26F, have been together for 10 years and are getting married in September. His entire family waited about that long and we were only 16 when we got together. We're sticking to the classic college, marriage, family plan. His mom, 62F, has been a unique character since I met her. She's goofy, well-spoken and easy to talk to most of the time, though a bit more stiff than my family. We've never had any issues and have always gotten along great. I love her and she's told me they see me as family already and have for years before we got engaged. It is also notable that she is almost entirely deaf without her hearing aids, and even with them she doesn't do great. We're used to speaking a bit slower and more clearly for her and have no problem repeating things if need be. My fiancé has a sister, 20F, who's in college and not currently looking for a relationship, so she probably won't be planning a wedding for a while. Given how close my FMIL and I were, I wanted to include her in my bridal shopping, and we both try to include our parents in what we can. My mom and grandma attended my bridal appointment with me because FMIL was sick and didn't want to get my grandma ill, texting me the morning of to tell me she would understand if I rather she not come because of this. My grandma is in remission after her third battle with breast cancer and is well into her 70s, so I agreed that maybe that would be best. I wound up finding my dress that same day, had a beautiful moment with my mom and GMA, I wished she could have need there. Then later on Facebook I see she felt well enough to go out to an event with a bunch of friends and she certainly didn't look ill in any of the photos. Our wedding venue also has decor we can choose from and they will decorate for us. The owner invited us over to make a timeline for the wedding day and to iron out a few details. Wedding is September 8th, so there's still time for specifics and little things. The issues started before we even went. She was made aware of the appointment well in advance and was very excited to come. I made sure to text her a week before and 3 days before to remind her, as is the standard procedure when making plans with her because she tends to be forgetful. So I'm sitting in the living room playing Baldur's Gate 3 and I can hear my fiancé on the phone with her upstairs. We each call our moms at least once a week to chat, and he has a tendency to wander around the house when he does. I could hear the conversation he was having just at the top of the stairs, and I overheard her, speakerphone, tell him his father was coming home on Wednesday, the day of the appointment, and they wanted to watch a shuffleboard competition. Not play. Watch. She asked him to ask me to reschedule for another day so she could watch shuffleboard. He politely told her if she had other plans and couldn't make it, it was all right. She didn't have to come, not in a rude way, and she knew that, no worries there. She insists that she does have to come to the appointment and again asks him to ask me to reschedule. So she feels she has to come but makes no attempt to prioritize it. I could not believe she had the audacity to ask that everyone move their plans around over a shuffleboard game. I didn't even know they had any interest in it. This was out of the blue. Naturally, we each invited our parents to the appointment at the venue. His dad travels for work, so it wound up being his mom and my parents. 47F, 49M, the venue owner, let's call her Jenny, is a fun, easygoing, dorky laid-back person and she's great. She's just like me and we have so much in common. I even joked to my mom that I should just marry Jenny. We were all sitting around a table making our game plan for the wedding, choosing tablecloth colors and whatnot. It was all okay with minor hiccups caused by FMIL's somewhat choppy social skills, partially due to the fact that only one of her hearing aids was working that day. This meant Jenny had to repeat herself several times, re-explain the same thing immediately afterward. We tried to help her and help explain to FMIL. She was professional, but she seemed a bit uncomfortable as time went on and FMIL kept low-key trying to make the decisions for us. Jenny kept trying to redirect the conversation and politely remind her that the choices were for my fiancé and I to make, implying that we had plenty of time to figure out the specifics and it didn't need to be decided now. They'll make what we tell them and supply, so there's no need to know yet. FMIL got to meet drunk me at a wedding a few months ago and we talked and had a great time. She showed me a new kind of cocktail and was really pushing to have it at my wedding too. The drink was good, but not a favorite. I really don't think I want it as one of the featured drinks at my wedding and I politely said no to that suggestion. But she kept bringing it up and pushing about it. I'm not a bridezilla, but honestly after so many polite shutdowns I put my foot down and firmly said no. Honestly I might have even snapped at her. This is the one day where I'm allowed to be selfish, the one day where I don't have to make allowances for FMIL like everyone usually does. For once, what I say goes and I said no. Later Jenny asked if we were doing the shoe game, dollar dance, candle lighting or anything like that. FMIL tried to persuade me to do the candle thing, but I'm honestly not interested. Again I politely said I don't think I want to do it, and we did discuss what it usually entails, and it confirmed that neither I, nor my fiancé really wanted to do it. I said we really want photos like that, we can just do it in nice clothes in the summer, but I don't want to do it on my wedding day. But she kept pushing. I know she meant well, but I turned it down several times before I again, firmly said no. I didn't raise my voice, just spoke confidently. My parents know I have always known what I want and don't want. Honestly I thought FMIL knew that too. My mom was proud of me for standing up for myself, for once, and taking charge. It came to a head when we were discussing what to do with the bar options. We decided to go with the one where we provide the alcohol and choose a few drinks to feature at the reception. Jenny will supply bartenders. As FMIL is trying to dominate the convo, she's leaning closer and closer to Jenny, who is getting increasingly uncomfortable. She never raised dear voice, but she kept pressing the issue of wanting/expecting Jenny to have a list of drink suggestions. She did say most people do a vodka, a whiskey etc., but didn't suggest anything specifically because it isn't her specialty and it's our choice, fiancé and I, and she had to repeat this several times, explaining there was plenty of time for us to discuss it, and she tried to move along to the next item, but FMIL kept pressing. FMIL isn't very observant and isn't very good at reading the room. We could all feel the tension rising as Jenny got more and more uncomfortable with FMIL, showing signs of anxiety. Both my fiancé and I tried explaining again, and trying to get her to move on from the specific drinks that don't matter yet. Wedding is in September. Finally, Jenny cracked and looked dead at me and said, "I'm sorry, this is feeling hostile." Trying to avoid looking at FMIL, who immediately got offended. "Do you feel I'm attacking you?" "Yes, I do." Poor Jenny is visibly shaken as she stands up for herself in as calm a manner as she can. She has anxiety like me, and neither of us was doing well. We made it about an fourth 5 minutes into the appointment. "For asking you for drinks sug dash," FMIL proceeds to slam her hands down on the table, echoing very loudly in the barn venue, and grabs her coat. I don't deal with stress well and immediately teared up with a double order nausea. "Fine. If I am not wanted I'll go." And stomped out. I proceeded to try, and fail, not to cry while Jenny apologized a million times and said she hopes we don't think she was an a-hole. She even said FMIL could have been stressed from only having one hearing aid and struggling to keep things straight. Jenny still tried to defend FMIL and explain her actions. Once I calmed down, the rest of the appointment went smoothly and we actually had a great time. Jenny is like the sister I never had, and my fiancé was happy to give her advice on what dirt bike to get her 10-year-old. The air felt so different and so much better once FMIL left. The next day, she called my fiancé and asked him to come over so she could talk to him. Just him. According to him, she insists that Jenny overreacted and was the one in the wrong. That the change was sudden and she had no idea things were tense. Everyone else certainly knew it. We kept exchanging looks and trying to move along. She also told him I hurt her feelings when I shut down all her suggestions, just the candle thing and cocktail, and when I told her I don't really care for the drink that much. I didn't realize it meant that much to her, and that she felt like we bonded over that drink. My mom pointed it out to me later and I do feel bad for it. I did see it on her face when I put my foot down. I think this was the first time FMIL witnessed me take a stand and stick to my guns. I will apologize. After she does. Am I the jerk for refusing to apologize first/reach out first?